Hi students. Today's video about pictures is a little different than the other ones that we've had. Rather than looking at an app that will help you take pictures or looking at an app that will help you edit pictures or some type of thing about how to create a better looking composition or using it in a presentation. Today I want to talk to you about taking pictures entirely. And there are three things that I want to talk to you about. First of all, I want to talk to you about common sense. As you're out taking pictures, if you're on a public street, in a public throughway, if you're downtown Knoxville in the Market Square, pretty much everything is fair game to take a picture of. People are out in a public space. They don't have any expectation of privacy at that point, and you could be snapping pictures left and right of a number of things. However, there is such a thing as common sense, and let me tell you from an adult perspective what part of that might mean. For instance, I go to conferences quite a lot. In fact, I'm about to leave for one later today. And it's a conference where teachers and administrators gather, and after all the sessions are over, they'll go out to dinner. And sometimes, adults will have adult beverages. And if we're taking pictures of the group because we want to have a record of who was there and have a memory of the event, and if we're going to post that to Twitter or to Facebook or to Flickr or some other place, my philosophy of common sense says I don't include any of the adult beverages in a picture. Even though it's fair game, even though they're in public, even though they have no expectation of privacy, I simply don't do that. And the reason that I don't do that is because I know of teachers who work in districts where if they are seen having an adult beverage of any kind in public, their job might be in danger. And so common sense tells me that out of respect for them, out of respect for their habitat, I don't know where they work, I don't know people that I'm with at this particular event, I don't know what repercussions they might have. And if they want to take those pictures and include that kind of thing, that's up to them. But I don't do that just out of common sense. Another thing to keep in mind is school policy. At L&N specifically, our SROs will find people on campus throughout the day who come to the school because it is an historic building and they want to take pictures. And we remove them from the campus. Well, we ask them politely to leave the campus, and for the most part, they're cooperative with that. Because we have minors, it's a school property, we have minors on campus, those people do not have permission to take your picture and post them online. Is it illegal for them to take your picture? Not necessarily, but it is a school policy that even for us as a school to post your picture either on our website or in some other format for a newsletter or those kinds of things, we have to have a signed form from your parents saying that it is okay with them that your picture appear in a public place. That's a school policy. So you need to think about common sense. You need to think about what the school policy is. And that's one of the reasons why in our photo challenge, I don't allow you to take pictures of your friends to send in. I don't want people in the pictures. Can you use pictures of your friends in your presentations? Certainly. It's not a problem. But can I post them online for the world to see? Not without me going through every single person in the picture and knowing we have a form. School policy. The third thing to think about, and it's an embarrassing thing to think about, but it's something that that I would be remiss if I did not mention to you, and that is the legal side. You are minors, and as a result, the pictures that you take are pictures that are considered to be of minors, minor children. You feel like adults. Many of you look like adults. Very few of you act like adults. But you're still children. And one of the things that has swept the nation, not just a Knoxville problem, not just a Tennessee problem, but has swept the nation because of the profligation of smartphones with cameras. Is kids deciding that, oh, I'm in love, oh, I have this boyfriend, oh, I have this girlfriend, I'm going to take a picture of parts of my body that no one is supposed to see. I hope that's put delicately enough. And here's the issue with that, okay? First of all, it's stupid because when you turn that picture over to another person, you don't know what they're going to do with that picture. And they may do nothing until you break up. And then suddenly they may pass it along to everybody they know. But here's the really, really stupid thing about it, because it's illegal to do that. If you take a picture of parts of your body that people would consider to, if they looked at that image, they would consider it to be pornographic, that is a federal crime because you are a minor. Even if you take the picture yourself, the federal statute requires for every time you snap the camera and take a picture, that's 5 years without probation for every single picture of what the law considers to be child pornography. And if you pass that image along, if you send it to a friend in an iMessage, if you send it to them in a Twitter direct message, or in part of your Facebook messaging feed, somewhere where you think it's private, it's not really private. And every time you pass that picture along, that's an additional 5 years without probation. You don't have to be an adult to be considered taking pictures of child pornography. You can be taking pictures of yourself, and the law views it as child pornography. 5 years for every picture you take, 5 additional years every time you send it out. No probation. So if you took 3 pictures of yourself over the course of the school year, and suddenly we do a random search of iPads, and we find such a picture, and we are obligated to turn that over to the authorities because it is considered to be child pornography. 3 pictures that you sent to 3 friends, that's 30 years of federal time without parole. So, as you're taking pictures, and I want you to take pictures, photography is a wonderful hobby to have, and especially when you have a smartphone phone or an iPad and all the apps out there to make really artistic looking pictures, or really funny pictures, or really great beautiful art. I want you to think about these 3 things. I want you to think about common sense. What's going to happen to other people if they are seen in your picture? And keep that in mind when you're posting it somewhere online. I want you to think about school policy. I want you to think about what's allowed and what's not allowed while you are at school, or while you are at any Knox County school event, or while you're taking or storing pictures on your school-issued device. You have an iPad that's been given to you by the school. It belongs to Knox County Schools. Everything you store on there is open to us to come and look at. So, common sense, school policy, and then think about the legal ramifications before you do something really, really stupid. I hope that over the course of the rest of the year that you will continue to participate in the photography challenge. We have quite a few pictures stored in Edmodo already. And as you're preparing to give presentations in class, I want you to think about looking there. Is there an image there that might help me with what I'm talking about? And this week, instead of a photo challenge, I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to email me topics that you think, themes that you think might make for good photography to be able to put in Edmodo. So I hope you have a great week. Keep these 3 things in mind. Common sense, school policy, legal. Go out and take some pictures. Have fun. Thank you.